101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. Locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Psst, we bought that action.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we're staying in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, yam, pam, 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 jam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up, speak up, speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo, they just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm. Stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. We ready. 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's hump day.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Thank you for joining me this February 12th, 2025. We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, look, we came in, it's a winter storm warning. Winter storm warning. MPS is closed. And the snow is piling up outside, DJ Brother Z. I hope we don't get snowed in. I mean, it's coming down. They say it looks like 9 inches, 9 to 10 inches. You never really know, but this is where we at today. If y'all outside, make sure y'all driving safe. I'm going to tell you right now, I was coming in and I was seeing a lot of snow, like the plows. I don't know if a lot of it, or if the plows is moving around. I didn't see a plow. But what I'm saying is, be careful out here. I don't know if I didn't see a plow. If somebody seen a plow, hit me up on the talk to text line. I haven't seen a plow. I haven't. But like I said, it's coming down, and they're saying that it's going to be 9 to 10 inches of snow, winter storm warning, and they're saying that this could be this is a snow storm warning issue for 15 states. 15 states are going to experience heavy snow. So here we go. Once again, if y'all out traveling, for some reason, I'm kind of happy that I was born in Wisconsin, because we know how to drive in the snow. We take great pride in starting up that car, brushing off that snow, and getting outside in the snow. Like, we don't want to do it, but we know how to drive in the snow. Like, I used to wonder why other places, when it snow, they go crazy because they don't hardly ever get the snow. But I was like, I wish I was down in Texas when it snows so I can be the one out there letting them know what's happening in. That's the one thing that I could tell y'all, is that when you in Wisconsin, you get the summer, spring, fall, and winter. You get to experience all the different seasons, and we know how to handle every season. That's the plus, DJ Brother Z. So once again, if y'all out and about, make sure that y'all protect yourselves. As they saying, it's gonna be 9 to 10 inches of snow, and I was checking with DJ Brother Z. I was like, do we come in? DJ Brother Z, he said, I'm already here. And it looked like he got some soup too.
Oh, it's ceviche.
Ceviche?
Mm-hmm.
What is ceviche?
Shrimp, onions, tomatoes, cilantro. Chips.
Oh, that sound good. I'm gonna go try to find some soup. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some soup in here. And look, and my grandma said this is the weather with the flu weather. This is the weather where you get sick. So don't be out here looking cute. Don't be outside trying to look cute right now. Bundle up. Get your stuff together, because we don't shut down. I remember when we was kids, we would go to school and stuff like this. When we was kids, how many of y'all remember when the snow piles used to be huge snow piles on the side of the street? Like going to school, seeing huge piles of snow everywhere, and we still had to go to school. That's Gen X. I'm talking to the Gen X right now. We saw a lot of snow, and we had to walk in. This ain't nothing. We had to go to school in this. So a lot of those Gen Xers, when they said that MPS was shut down, a lot of them got online, was like, why the school closed today? This ain't nothing. I said, no, these young kids, this a new generation out here. Somebody said the plows are out. 7087 says he sees the plows are out. But be careful once again. But hey, a lot of the old school, we had to go to school like this. We had to handle it. I remember I had to walk backwards. It was so cold. I had to walk backwards to school. And I ain't gonna even tell you because, you know, me and grandma, grandma did the best she could, but I was wearing, back then I was wearing the Pro Wings. I remember when Payless had the Pro Wings. And then the Pro Wings would always, when it get cold, they would always crack at the bottom. And you could slide, you know, the first of all, the grip would come off the bottom real quick. And then it would have, the tongue of your sock would be hanging out the tip of your shoe. And then, so on the way to school, we had to slide. I used to ice skate in the Pro Wings all the way from 5th and North Avenue to Lee Street Elementary School. This is how bad it was, that cold, and we had to go to school, and it was icy cold. Then, if you get to the bridge on between 7th and North Avenue and 8th and North Avenue, if you get to that bridge and you got to cross over the freeway, the bus would come. And you know, if it was a pile of water, the bus would come by and roll through the pile of water and splash the water, the cold ice water, on the kids. Like they did this on a regular basis. Like I could, you know what, I wonder we could have sued the bus company because they would ride past. It was cold. We couldn't get in the street. We had to stand on the sidewalk, and the sidewalk was covered in snow. And it would be always this pile of ice cold water on the side, and the bus would ride in it, and it would splash up on everybody. I'm traumatized by that. But look, when we come back, we got to get into the show. There was a police shooting. There was a police shooting. We gonna talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. We have Friday Night Hoops on The Truth. This Friday, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Wright State Raiders.
Blocked by McKee, pulled down by Stillwell, 3.5, and A.J. McKee, playing with 4 fouls, blocks the would-be game-tying three-pointer.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Reproductive justice is a framework, it's a movement, it's a vision for reproductive freedom, it's a right to have a child, it's a right to not have children, and this next part is really as important as the other parts. It's the right to birth and parent our children with dignity, and the right to live and parent our children in safe and healthy environments. So reproductive justice understands the ability of any person to control their destiny is directly related to the conditions of their communities. It looks at the intersections of discrimination in social, political, and economic systems, and it sheds lights on the barriers that these systems produce. And then we, reproductive justice advocates, fight against the barriers that prevent Black people and other people of color from exercising their rights. That's reproductive justice.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Sometimes we all need a little staycation in our lives, and I am thrilled to tell you that Visit Milwaukee wants to help you do exactly that. They're launching their annual Hotel Month campaign, which offers travelers and staycationers a stellar deal at area hotels. Go to visitmilwaukee.org to find the over 24 hotels throughout the area who are offering discounts from 15 to 25% off the daily room rate. Act fast because the discount ends on Wednesday, February 12th. For more information, visit milwaukee.org. That's visitmilwaukee.org. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Double up 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lies. I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. Double up. I ain't telling no lies, I just, I ain't telling no lies, I just,
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We got some talk to text, we got some chat. A lot of people chiming in about school closing. 7551 says, winters of late 70s and 80s, snow drifts 7 feet high, snowed like today, all winter back then. It was off of Lake Michigan, the cold that was coming off of Lake Michigan. And then somebody goes on to say, I remember back in the days we had 5 feet of snow, 30 minus windshield, and still had to go to school. No gloves. My dad told me to put these socks on my hand. They had to send us to school. We got traumatized.
Damn.
Somebody says, Tory, these kids don't know nothing about playing King of the Mountain on top of a 15-foot snow hill. Yeah, we used to play King of the Hill. These snow mountains when they shoveled the snow, they used to pile it up. So we used to get on top and push people off. We used to push people off trying to play the King of the Hill. That's right. I forgot all about that. Also, in the chat, somebody says, Reginald says, Tory Lowe looks like MPS has a new chief installed. Right, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this new superintendent. We got that at 2 p.m. We're going to open up the lines. We're going to talk about that. Also, somebody goes on to say, Reginald also goes on to say, how they going to pay the new MPS chief, her $300,000. Hey, we going to talk about that. Don't try to rush the show. We got to get through the rest of the show, the first hour, but at 2 p.m., we going to chime in on this new selection. How do y'all feel about it? But that's at 2 p.m., so get ready if y'all got any opinions or reactions to that. But I want to talk about this police shooting. There's a police shooting that's going on right now. A large police presence is near 27th in Wisconsin. The intersection is shut down. There was a police shooting. An officer was shot. Also, they said it was another party that was shot. I don't know a lot of the details. A lot of the news of this situation is starting to roll in. But we got some video from WISN 12, Derek Rose. Let's listen.
that police are blocking off several streets. They're even widening this area right now. Let's send things back out to investigative reporter James Stratton, who is on the move as we speak.
Can you plant that? Hey, Derek, sorry, they're moving us back a block. So walk with me and talk with me again. 27th and Wisconsin is the scene. We are heading to 25th in Wisconsin, 2 blocks away. Police moving us another block down the way. Photojournalist Hank Strunk carrying his camera as police are moving us. So here's what we know. A police officer shot in the leg, sent to Freighter, according to our police sources. Another person on scene was killed. Still working to gather what exactly happened, what led up to all of it. Spoke to one witness who heard what happened, said he heard at least 6 gunshots from, according to him, what sounded like 2 different firearms. Still working to confirm that, as you mentioned, from Cavalier Johnson as well as others, assuming that the Milwaukee police chief will be here rather shortly, as he typically does in these critical incidents. But again, 27th in Wisconsin. Syria Sandlin is heading to 27th and Wells. We're now moved to 25th in Wisconsin, trying to dodge others as we get back to the police tape. Gonna have to duck under the police tape and send it back to you for now, Derek.
All right, James Stratton, let us know when you get set. We're also trying to catch up with Syria Sandlin. Once she gets situated, we'll send things out to her. But again, if you're just joining us here, this breaking news in Milwaukee, 27th in Wisconsin, multiple sources telling 12 News that is the scene where an officer was shot sometime either late this morning or early this afternoon. It's 12:31 right now. That officer shot in the leg, we understand, en route, presumably may have made his or her way to Freighter Hospital right now, where the medical staff, a level 1 trauma center, is working on that officer as they do in these situations. But again, we also understand there is a person who is dead at this scene, not the officer, as we understand. This other person, police are not describing this person's role in this situation, whether this person may have been the person who shot the officer or not. But we are working to get that information, checking in with our police sources and police officials to get additional information on the record. But as you heard from James there, said he talked to a witness that reported hearing 6 gunshots, likely from, or possibly, I should say, from 2 different weapons. That leads you to believe that there possibly could have been a shootout. Again, that's still very early. We will work to try to get that information confirmed. But as you saw from where James was stationed there at 27th and Wells, that something we've been dealing with throughout the day has been the snow. The police are trying to keep those streets blocked so that they can conduct their investigation, and the traffic and the snow has been an issue all day. So for that angle on this story, let's check in with Weather Watch 12 meteorologist Lindsay Slater.
All right. Well,
thanks, Derek. And I do want to mention the fact that we do still have
at the beginning of the show. Salute to my guy, Derek Rose, for all he's trying to do over there at WISC, and a powerful anchor, reporter, person to get great information from. And I'll tell you this, when we talk about police shootings and situations, it may take some time for us to understand what took place. But now I guess they're shaping the narrative of what they're going to put out to the public. Many times when we get the situation, I get both sides. I get to hear both sides. And many times if the family feels that the person that was the victim of the police shooting, or they have another side of the story, then they'll reach out to me and say, hey, Tory, this is the other side that they not telling. Or, so I get both sides. I get to hear what the police saying, and I get to hear what the family saying many times. So let's send up condolences to whoever lost a loved one today in the city of Milwaukee, and also to the police officer that was injured in this situation. This is something that we don't want to see or hear happening in our community. Many times when we talk about these situations, we forget that there are families that are involved and that their loved one was in this situation and injured or hurt or unalived. So let's not forget to send up those prayers for everybody involved in this situation. But when we talk about what truly happened, the officer, at this point, only the officer that survived can possibly tell the story. Or if there were any witnesses, hopefully there were some witnesses to see what took place. But, hey, I'm going to keep everybody updated on this situation. All I'm going to tell you is that, I get to hear the mainstream side that they put out here on the press conference from the police chief, and then all of a sudden, depending on the situation, I get the family telling me information. And so hopefully that it was justified. Hopefully whatever took place was justified when it comes to the officer, and hopefully the officer has a speedy recovery. And like I said, once again, nobody wants to lose a loved one, no matter how they are lost. And so condolences to the families of both the officer and these individuals that may have been have lost their life today from this situation. We hate to hear situations like this, but hey, this Milwaukee, a lot of things go on. You would have thought that they would have calmed down in the blizzard, but we got situations going on around the clock. Well, look, I'm gonna run the break after that, DJ Brothers. I'm gonna take an early break. When we come back, we're gonna get into the pop culture report. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Every accomplishment starts somewhere. For University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee student Nick Berschbach, it was internships that led to a job at GE Healthcare. For Charles Kelly, it started with an internship at a TV station. Now, he's a weekend anchor. And for Jaden Anderson, her leadership led to recognition from the American Institute of Architecture students. The path to success goes many places. It starts at UWM.
Whether you're an artist playing accountant, a barista trying to be a bean counter, or a student just looking to get started, the UW Credit Union app lets you be free to be you. With free credit scores, free online bill pay, and the ability to send money to friends. Because with fewer fees, you can do more of what you love. UW Credit Union, here for every you. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community, and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But, try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Bucks are back to work tonight. They'll look to get in the win column in the last game before the All-Star break. They'll take on the Timberwolves in Minnesota. Tip time set for 7 p.m. Over to college hoops, where the 18th ranked Marquette Golden Eagles got back into the win column with the 68-58 win over DePaul on Tuesday night.
Marquette the other way. Stevie Mitchell, the full 94. Hank shoots, has it blocked, got it back, and laid it up and in. And Marquette's lead is 10. That's the Stevie Mitchell everyone knows.
With the win, Marquette improving to an overall record of 20-6. And lastly, some baseball news as the season officially here as the Milwaukee Brewers pitchers and catchers reporting today in Arizona. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Pull up right now, get what you need. LV to the ground, used to live with the dough. 40 racks in my pockets, getting money in my jeans. I can't catch another case, rap going good, gotta move clean. Nobody, third person, how I work. Me go just pulled out, he just brought some more work. I've been busy all day, now I'm counting up hundreds. Full-time rapper now, but bro, no, people things coming. Right now, we got everything.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. It's the Pop Culture Report brought to you by your boy Tory Lowe and DJ Brother Z. We got Greg Masick coming in. He's going to be talking about these Aaron Rodgers rumors over at the Jets. And we might discuss a little bit of the Super Bowl idea, maybe the halftime show. I don't know. When he come through, we'll see. But I did want to talk about, for the Pop Culture Report, a lot of people are starting to decode the halftime show. And what I'm seeing now is that a lot of things went out there saying that this was the worst halftime show, DJ Brother Z. But what I'm seeing is the numbers for the halftime show was the highest numbers that they have had. The highest numbers. Like, it was viewed higher than what they say Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson Super Bowl. Like, this Super Bowl was highly viewed. And then they said after the halftime show, there was a drop-off on the Super Bowl of about 1.3-something million people. Damn. So what I'm saying is, if you got it, if you got the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, you got it. And if you didn't, you didn't. I mean, and most whites, many times, y'all may not get something as cultured as Kendrick if you're not following along with a lot of the hip-hop culture. You may not get it. It's okay. Everything, you don't have to get everything, but it was a classic halftime show. And a lot of people would argue, hey, I want to hear the hits. Just dance, Get up there and click your heels and dance and entertain me for a second. But you're not going to get that with Kendrick. It's still people that's trying to break down the halftime show and dissect it. So, like I said, it's one of those things where it's going to be talked about for a while. People still decoding the halftime show. Let me tell y'all something. When I discuss the halftime show, I like to discuss it with different people that had different viewpoints. And we got Greg Masick in the studio. How you doing, Greg?
Am I supposed to put the crown on?
No, that's Benjamin. That's Benjamin's.
Ben's crown?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well, it's falling apart.
It looked like aluminum foil wrapped around some cardboard. I don't know what that is.
It's like a Burger King crown. He put aluminum foil on it, right?
That's I guess when you go down the rabbit hole on Thursdays.
Okay. It's always something, man, with that guy. I love him.
Hey, look, we got Greg Masick in the building. He's just an amazing sports caster for WTMJ 620 and ESPN. Definitely, I love the fact that you're here because what's going on with your boy Aaron Rodgers over at the Jets.
And he's the hardest guy to figure out in all of sports, isn't he? So we're back in this phase of wondering if Aaron Rodgers is going to want to continue playing. Now, the last time we were sort of in that mode, it was when he was wearing a Packers uniform. Is he going to come back? Is he not? Is he going to be at training camp? Is he not? Is he going to do his own thing and go visit the pyramids in Egypt and do the ayahuasca thing and the darkness retreat? Like, he's been kind of all over the map. He's got his own offseason routine. Doesn't always jive with the coach's preferred offseason routine, but Aaron, at the age of 41, coming off a major injury, with a few years left to play if he wants, gets to kind of do his own thing, at least he feels. So now you've got, for the first time in history, outside of the trade, but we knew things were untenable in Green Bay, but now you've got, for the first time, a team putting their arm up and saying, even though you're under contract, we're cool. We don't want you. We're good. We've had enough.
But he haven't produced. And there were circumstances at the beginning, but then I think that last season where he was able to show at least a glimpse of what it could be for the Jets, I think that they started to rebuild. They built a team that was supposed to be for Aaron to come in, but then that never took place. So are they in a rebuild mode? It looked like they were just going to wash all of that and just move on.
The thing is, Tory, they tried to make it work, right? But this is Aaron being Aaron. He wanted his guys, Mercedes Lewis, Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard. Even Anders Carlson ended up in a green jersey in New York, the former Packers kicker. And then, of course, the trade for Devontae Adams, right? Everything was stacked for Aaron to succeed.
That was a disaster last season.
It didn't go well, right? And you might look at the numbers for Aaron Rodgers and say, well, I didn't have that terrible of a season. But if you watch the Jets play, you understand why New York is ready to move on. Because at times, there was occasional magic there. He could still thread a needle. But there were also times where he looked like a 41-year-old quarterback who had just come off a serious Achilles injury.
And when we talk about Aaron Rodgers and we talk about sports, we here in Wisconsin, that's our legend. You know, he's one of our legends. But then to see why every time a Packer quarterback leaves Green Bay, they go to the Jets for a couple years, it's just disastrous. But then they end up coming out like Brett Favre, dealing with maybe a rival team. And you know, Brett Favre went to Minnesota and come back with that other idea. It looks like he's following exactly in the footsteps of Brett Favre.
And kind of funny, isn't it, how things work out? Here's one thing to keep in mind. Brett Favre had no interest in going to the Jets.
Right.
He was traded to the Jets, and to get back at Ted Thompson for orchestrating that trade, Brett ended up with the Minnesota Vikings to try and stick it to the Packers. Aaron Rodgers had a say in where he was traded. He was all in on going to the Jets. He thought they were a quarterback away and maybe a couple of key pieces on offense from being a legit Super Bowl contending team. Then he gets injured, and it never really worked in New York. I would go as far as to say it was a failure. It was a catastrophic failure. Only the Deshaun Watson contract and debacle in Cleveland, I think, is worse if you look at quarterbacks who have been on the move the last couple of years. Neither one of those situations worked out. So you have to ask yourself this. If there's a team that wants Aaron Rodgers, what is the profile of that team? So here's what the profile in my mind looks like. It's a team that is close. They've got a lot of pieces in place. They can contend. They'll be a playoff team, but they're in sort of a quarterback limbo. They don't love the guys they have. They're unsure of the future of the guys they have. Maybe there's a young player who isn't quite ready to take the reins for a team that is ready to contend.
Right.
Teams that fall into that category, there are three that I see. Number one is the New York Jets. Number two is the Minnesota Vikings. And number three, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right. They had that quarterback controversy.
Yeah, they had two quarterbacks, which kind of tells you they don't really have any. Russell Wilson is just not the Russell Wilson of old, of 2014. Justin Fields is a backup that we played well in Pittsburgh behind that running offense. And Minnesota has got to figure out what they want to do now with Sam Darnold. And I talked to somebody who's close to the situation in Minnesota, and I asked him after Sam Darnold's dreadful playoff performance, I said, is that 60 minutes of Sam Darnold enough to undo all the good he did during the regular season? And he said, point blank, yes.
Oh, wow.
So you go from, all right, Sam's our guy, we're going to commit some money here, to now scratching your head saying,
well, you know,
what do we do?
A lot of successful quarterbacks came out the draft, or at least one from Washington.
Draft.
Yeah, it was a great draft for quarterbacks. I think that many times they'll look at that trend and be like, okay, maybe we can gamble in the draft and get somebody. Look at what's going on with Washington.
It's a great point. And Jaden Daniels is probably the exception to the rule in terms of
because you never know
things turned around. But you could also look at Bo Nix. I mean, Denver wasn't much of anything last year. In fact, they got rid of Russell Wilson. Bo Nix comes in, they become a playoff team. Great defense. Bo Nix kind of was nurtured along, and then eventually was sort of gunning it toward the end of the season. Caleb Williams just on an awful team in Chicago.
He had some good numbers.
He had some good numbers. I think the ceiling is pretty high there. But you look at Daniels, you look at Nix. Drake May's going to be pretty good. I think he showed flashes in New England. But you start to get greedy when you see that, right? Well, they could do it. Why can't we with that early quarterback pick? And the Packers have always had the plan of waiting until it's your time.
Right.
In the last 25
A farm system, basically.
Yeah, just developing in the system, not giving you too much too soon. Jordan Love wouldn't have been ready to start.
No, he wouldn't.
Number one.
No.
So you boil it all down, and there's only a few teams that I think could sort of fit into that profile of team that could maybe want Aaron Rodgers.
Was one of the guys that started early.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Good example.
He's a Super Bowl winner now.
Good example.
When you talk about just sports, period, in the game now, the NFL, when I look at it now, I think I don't see what I saw back 10-something years ago. The rules have changed. Injuries are common now that people don't play through injuries anymore. If they get hurt, they set them out. That's something that I'm starting to see now where, okay, we're not going to take any chances. Take a couple games off. When we was coming up, you had to be like Ronnie Lott, play with a broken finger. Like you had to, Emmitt Smith, play with broken ribs. Now players get hurt, they sit down.
And the money is a lot different, too.
And the money is a lot different as well. They're getting paid way more.
The biggest complaint from NFL players that I've talked to over the years is the lack of guaranteed money to their contracts. So if you do play hurt and you do, try and push that hamstring a little too far, then you blow it out and you're done for a year.
Right.
The team can just kind of wave goodbye. Maybe there's an injury settlement, but you don't get paid. So quarterbacks will get guaranteed money. And some of those top flight free agents on the defensive line, maybe a couple of other positions will receive guaranteed money. But this is why you have running backs trying to get the freight, right? It's trying to get everything.
Saquon Barkley, he went from the Giants over to the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yes. So guaranteed money in the NFL is more few and far between than it is other sports. And that's why I think you've got athletes trying to protect their livelihood, right? The longer you end up in the league, the more that pension's going to pay out too, right? They're looking ahead here long term, trying to protect their best interests because they know a team can just dice them at any time.
Speaking of being an athlete that had a situation with an injury that kind of shortened his career, Sterling Sharp.
Yeah.
Sterling Sharp was an athlete that we saw as a yards after the catch. I think he kind of enhanced that stat. And I think now that he's being introduced into the Hall of Fame now, that says a lot about what he did in 7 years. But he was one of those athletes, homegrown, right here in the state of Wisconsin with the Green Bay Packers, that when you look at his numbers for 7 years, we thought that he was Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah, the only other guy in the conversation was Sterling at the time Sterling was playing is Jerry Rice.
Right.
If you look at numbers.
Yes, and then they looked at Sterling more as a higher level than Jerry Rice at that time because he was able to get the yards after the catch. He was more physical.
Sterling liked the contact.
Right.
Go back and Google Sterling Sharp highlights and find some stuff of him being guarded by Deion. Sterling won that matchup. Right. Sterling won those matchups against Deion Sanders, maybe the best cover corner in NFL history. But 7 years, his career comes to an end because of a kind of a freak neck injury on a play where he was blocking. It wasn't like he just, lunged himself into, would-be tacklers. No, it was just a kind of a simple blocking play, and that was enough to end his career.
Right.
That's too bad.
But now he has some validation. Basically.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying it's because his brother Shannon Sharp advocated for the voters to look at his brother in a certain way. And since he was successful as a broadcaster, his influence was able to encourage that look.
So Sterling, if my math is right, he played 7 years in the NFL.
Right.
7 years in the NFL. So 1995, around that time, is when his career came to an end. So move ahead 1995 to 2000. That's when you're now eligible to be a Hall of Fame inductee, 5 years after your playing career ends. So it took 25 years.
Wow.
25 years. 5 different ballots before he was recognized. He's in a whole separate category, right?
If Shannon Sharpe doesn't get into broadcasting, does this happen?
I like to think it does. I like to think the numbers sort of speak for themselves, but it certainly doesn't hurt having someone in a gold jacket advocating with your same last name.
The first brothers to be inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Now, I also heard something that I wanted to talk about, Greg. The Packers came up during the Super Bowl as the first team to be NFL champions to three-peat from the old league. So does that hold up in today's time? They're saying that the Packers were the first team to three-peat. The Chiefs in modern times would have been the first team to do it. Is that something that you discussed?
Yeah, so the trick there is the language, right? If people say Super Bowl era, it's never happened because the Packers' first championship in that run was before the Super Bowl.
Right.
The second championship was Super Bowl I. The third championship was Super Bowl II. I'm glad they flashed that graphic. It's just kind of a nod to the 60s Lombardi era Packers.
Do we own that three-peat now? Can we? Because when people saw that, I saw Packer fans going nuts, saying, "Yeah, finally we get some acknowledgement on the old years that we were at one point one of the dynasties that have won back to back to back to back."
For sure, a dynasty. If you talk about it in terms of championships, then you have to bring up the Packers. If you talk about Super Bowl era, that would be the only reason and the only language where they would be left out of that conversation.
All right. Well, how did you like the halftime show? I mean,
I thought it was solid.
Well, when we come back, I want to get your thoughts on the halftime show. A lot of people trying to still dissect what happened. We're going to talk about it when we get back. We got Greg Massick in studio. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk. Happy Black History Month from the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. The Freighter and MCW Health Network values and celebrates the wealth of diversity reflected in the patients, families, workforce, and communities it serves. What is so beautiful about their efforts is they aim to deliver healthcare services that meet the social, cultural, and linguistic needs of their patients. By addressing social detriments of health like education, employment, and food insecurity, they know it can help them in offering the best possible health outcomes and quality of care for patients, while also working to eliminate racial and ethnic health disparities impacting our community. The Freighter and MCW Health Network has made it a goal to be a leader of change in our community, and so much more, because health equity is fundamental to the organization's mission and simply the right thing to do. Join 1017 The Truth in the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network as we celebrate Black excellence with you during Black History Month.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Someone better squabble up.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. Hot heat, keep a horn on me that could my see. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers here on the ones and twos. Pop Culture Report in studio with me, Greg Matzik, host on 620 WTMJ, sports analyst. What do you don't do? You're a legend.
Well, I know about that. I don't know about that, but do a midday show from 11 to 1, some Packers post-game stuff on ESPN Wisconsin, the weekly wager on ESPN Wisconsin. Just bounce around a little bit.
Just doing a lot of things.
All good.
And that's why I like that you're on the show right now after the Super Bowl, one of the biggest events, sporting events of the year, and the halftime show seems to be the center of the talk right now. What did you get from the halftime show? What, I mean, did you watch it?
Yeah,
what was going on?
So when I watch a halftime show, I always look for the little surprises, right? What celebrity is going to pop out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to appear on stage along with the artist? Because it's never happened before where a rapper performs solo. It's your show.
Right.
Your show, Kendrick. You do it. So I thought somebody might pop on stage with him. There might be some kind of Easter egg that you're not expecting. SZA pops up on stage, and then Samuel L. Jackson was dressed like the Black Uncle Sam, and I was trying to figure out his role. Right?
He's narrating.
Is he right? So is he narrator? Is he Kendrick's conscious? I couldn't figure out exactly what Samuel L. Jackson was doing.
I think he was narrating on the behalf of Black in America, like the games, the rules that you got to follow. Don't be so ghetto and loud. You know, the stereotypes that they put on Black artists and people that are trying to make it a name for themselves. I think he was kind of narrating the different ideas that was going on.
Yeah, so to me, Kendrick just kind of pushed back on the institution.
Right.
And the institution is the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, you picked the wrong dude, right?
the right time with the wrong guy.
The revolution being televised at the right time, wrong guy. He knew what he was doing, right? So there's a lot of theatrics to what he does, and it is artistic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 46-year-old white male. Did everything speak to me?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm trying to dissect what he was doing. I didn't get the whole Serena Williams things. I'm like, you really want to poke at Drake here at this time? But whatever, that's Kendrick. If he wants to do it, no better stage to do it than the Super Bowl halftime show. So I thought he made it a little bit about himself and stuff like that. But his talent is unmistakable, and there's a reason he was chosen, because he can carry that. As a solo rapper, he can carry a halftime show.
And to me, I see it as a history lesson. A lot of things that were in that halftime show, people are dissecting it. It was some stuff that even the tarot people said it was like one of the tarot reading cards ideas that was in there. It was so many different people dissecting what was happening. That'll probably go on for the next 2-3 weeks. But at the end of the day, many times I'll tell people if you're not paying attention to the culture of hip hop, or to the culture of pop culture and how it's changing, you're going to miss a lot of this. But for those that were locked in, even the kids that, TikTok, social media, a lot of those people, they knew exactly what was happening. They were anticipating, not like us to be played, but the way that he designed it, the way that he set it up around the culture, around the systematic racism, around the ideas of having to be a certain way in America, and the fact that he had the Black dancers in the flag, dressed as the flag. A lot of people interpreted that as Black people helped build this country. So it was different people taking away from different ideologies. But when you put a complex artist like Kendrick at the Super Bowl, you got to get your pen and pad. And that's just who he always is. If you put him in the Grammys, no matter where you put Kendrick, if you watch a Kendrick video, this is who he is as an artist. So by Jay-Z selecting him to be at the halftime show, this is just what they brought to the table. But this is where I think that people missed, where a lot of the enjoyment of the halftime show kind of could have been distracted from, because the Chiefs didn't get off the bus to play the game. The Chief got off the bus. The Chief, at halftime, it was 0-24 or something.
They already wanted to go home.
People were disappointed, and they were looking for something to pick them up at halftime. So when the halftime show came on, a lot of people were in shock that the Chiefs were getting annihilated. So that played into some of the reaction as well.
Yeah, a little bit of malaise over the show. But you're right. I mean, I think we live in a world, Tory, where we are so quick to respond without being curious enough to dig for answers, right? So can you be more curious than critical? If so, it might mute your initial reaction, but dig in a little bit, right? Find out more what the message behind the message was. Right. Because as you mentioned, it's artistic. You and I could look at the exact same piece of art and have a totally different interpretation. Who's right, who's wrong? That's the beauty of art. And that's what it was on Super Bowl Sunday. It was art.
And I heard that the ratings were higher than the Michael Jackson performance. The ratings of the Super Bowl halftime show. Then after the halftime show, the ratings dropped. They said 1.3 million view, like whatever they using to gauge it.
Yeah, people weren't feeling the second half of that game.
Right, because that's why I was trying to tell people that game was over at halftime.
Yeah.
So I think that played into some of the people's being just disgruntled with the Super Bowl period.
I'm going to let you pick the next Super Bowl halftime show.
Who, me?
Who's it going to be? Super Bowl 60, big year, monumental year. You get to pick. Put your name in the ring.
You know what? If I had to pick, I would do Chris Brown.
Okay.
Chris Breezy got plenty hits, plenty thing. He dances. There's going to be a lot of dances. There's going to be a lot of action. Let Chris Brown do it. They let Rihanna do it. Let Chris Brown do it.
All right. I like it.
Hey, all right. I thank you for coming on, Greg.
I appreciate you very much. Thank you for having me.
Our radio personality and host at 620 WTMJ. I appreciate you for coming on the show today.
Anytime, my friend.
Hey,
Anytime.
thank you so much. All right, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Truth Nation, let us talk our ish for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Grammy Award winner John Legend.
Knowing that fight isn't over, knowing that we've got to stay motivated and stay inspired. Glory was the song that myself and Common wrote. 2 brothers from the Midwest, from Chicago and from Springfield, Ohio.
Oscar Award winning actor Don Cheadle.
I know that we're the bright, shiny thing that sometimes gets the attention, but I would say don't listen to celebrities. You don't have to listen to us. Listen to yourself.
And President Donald Trump's son, Don Jr.
When did we have a strong economy? And I don't think anyone with a straight face can say right now. And the reality, when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk.
When a parent sees their child smile, they see hope. Aleem hoped that his son Rajib would have an easier life than he had. You see, Rajib just like his father, was born with a cleft. But as a fisherman in a small village in Indonesia, the cost of surgery was out of reach. Their lives were transformed thanks to Smile Train, which sponsors free, life-changing cleft surgeries and other essential treatments. Rajib's surgery marked Smile Train's 2 millionth, and incredibly, Aleem's was the 2 million and first. Now, their smiles are a symbol of hope for children with clefts all over the world. 540 babies are born with a cleft each day, but through Smile Train, millions of lives have been changed. To learn more and support the global cleft community, visit smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we got to talk about this superintendent, the new superintendent. Now, I don't know nothing about her. I don't know nothing about her. And, I'm going to open up the lines. We got a lot of issues with MPS. I would love to hear reaction from the community because we need somebody that can get in there, roll up their sleeves, and get to work. And I don't know her background. We got a news article on this whole situation. DJ Brother Z, get the news article together. But what I'm saying is, Reginald in the chat, he's asking questions. He's asking questions. He's saying that how are they going to pay the new MPS chief her $300,000? A lot of people I've seen on social media responding to this pick. I want to know, Truth Nation, if y'all like to pick the new superintendent. We got some video if y'all watching live on this whole situation. Let's listen.
I titled it, "An Astrophysicist Goes to the..."
A single mom in public housing that she really cares about kids. She says her heart is dedicated to poor children, and tonight the MPS Board of Directors is hoping that dedication can turn things around here.
Director Simmons.
Aye. By an 8-1 vote, the MPS Board of Directors prepares to hand over the keys to Brenda Casilius.
We had ideas in place to attack the very issues that we were facing. Most definitely, the academics was primary with her as well.
Board President Marva Herndon says it was clear from last week's school visits and community listening sessions that Casilius is devoted to kids.
And one of the things that you must understand that was critical was listening to the community and listening to the students.
Casilius is the former superintendent of Boston Public Schools. She also spent 8 years as Minnesota's Commissioner of Education, a role similar to Wisconsin State Superintendent. Board Vice President Jilly Kokal Gandhi says she believes that combined experience, especially politically, can put Milwaukee Public Schools in a better position.
She's actually worked with Governor Evers on an executive committee advancing national equity standards. And so we are inviting someone to the district who has some built-in relationships, and so she can get going from day one.
In a statement to Fox 6 Tuesday, Cecilia says she's honored to be selected to lead MPS. She adds, quote, "Our children are counting on us to get this right, and I am ready to roll up my sleeves and get started." A message Herndon also directed toward MPS families.
And what I would say to them is buckle up, because we're ready to go. That's why we work so hard, because we want only what's best for our children.
Here we go with these press conferences.
Now, while
Here
in
we go
Boston,
with these. We want what's best for the children. This is what they said before we found out that the paperwork wasn't done for the money to, go to the kids. Here we go. And I'll tell you this, okay, and I tell you every time when they do things like this, where they open it up to the public, when they open up things to the public and say, okay, which one do y'all want? We got A, B, and C. So they want you to believe that the community had some type of participation. But if you listen to what they just said, DJ Brother Z, out of all of the candidates, she was the one that was working with Governor Evers. Governor Evers was the one that was working with her, and they were familiar with her, so they already knew which one they was going to pick. Like, they always put up multiple people, but they already know that this woman was going to be the superintendent. They just had to go through the process, make it look like, it was going to be a choice, that the community had a choice. But then they eventually picked the person that worked with Governor Evers. All right. I'm finna open up the lines. White Widow, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Wow, from happy to dismay. I was there, Tory. I sat for the 3.5 hours and I listened to every candidate. I was 2 rows away. And the fact of the matter is 45 minutes, they were all given the generic same questions. These questions were screened, so obviously specific questions as far as either the expenditures or MPS and stuff. It was all flowery, and that's fine. But in my humble opinion, she was the least qualified. Her bragging rights is that she only had 2 bus drivers who didn't take the COVID shot. She would not let stand alone the statistics with our black students. She would not do that under pressure of the yuppies from the teachers and everybody in that audience. She made sure that clarification was grouped with Asians, LGBTQ, Brown. The other candidate, specifically Dr. Andre Tonsel, the black man. His father worked at the Ford plant for 50 years in Detroit. He's UAW. I told him, tell your father, I know what it was like. He's a good man. He has never broken the continuity of serving public schools. This woman they just hired, she was at a 2-year hiatus working for some green corporation as a CEO.
Oh, wow.
The other 2 candidates, Dr. Starr, the white man, also indicated, as with Dr. Thompson, if necessary, we are going to take on the teachers' union. We can no longer negotiate contracts top-heavy with administration of management, trying to figure out what children's genders are and then spend resources in that direction. We need to reading, writing, and arithmetic. Both of these candidates turned right out and looked at that group and said, we cannot ignore the statistics of our black students. They also said, central office, you're getting back to work. No more working from home. No more. Both of these candidates said that. That woman would not say nothing. She sat there and capitulated on everything that teachers' union and that student, you were there, Tory, when that teachers' union thug got up and told them.
Sure did.
You work for us. You were there, Tory.
Sure did. Matter of fact, I talked about it.
And that's exactly what that woman did. She fed that group in that limited arena with those restricted questions every answer they wanted to hear. Now the board came from 8 to 1. All I got to say is, hey, the chief stands alone, and I've been there in the negotiations. Whatever board member voted against this woman, touche. And I don't want to hear it. Bring it.
Oh, wow. And I'll say this. This is why I say when they, even with the Office of Wellness and Safety, they already got their buddies in the wings. They put out this narrative, we want the community engaged. The community already know who the person that they need to be. It's never going to be the right person. They got to go in there. They got to go with the agenda of the class that's in there. They're going to pick somebody that's going along with the majority of the people that's in there, that's messing up the paperwork, that's overlooking stuff. They need somebody that's going to overlook the mess and continue to push the said agenda of the established idea. That's it. That's it. And until we understand that and look at it for what it is, that's why I don't go to none of this stuff. It's all staged, and they got the person that is more familiar with the establishment in there, or the one that they was going to pick anyway. The other two guys weren't a part of the agenda, and this one, the one that they picked, that's the one that fit the model that they wanted. That's it. All of this, y'all got to say, y'all got a voice, come out, help us out. They want to get y'all galvanized so they can make y'all feel that you had some type of participation. This is what they do. They ain't been doing it. It's been going on. I think that more people are starting to recognize this, but these people going to do what they going to do anyway. No matter how you go in there and how you voice your opinion, then they have the means where then they want you to write down what you're going to say on the card and hand it in. So they can shuffle through, and out of people that they want to talk, they might pick a few people, that oppose. But then it's going to be a lot of people that's saying that they for it, and they're going to be black, white. They're going to have it all staged. Most of it union people. Most of it, people that are planted to say it, and they getting a check. And their livelihood depends on the establishment to continue to operate the way it does. I've seen this all the time. I see it every day. I see it everywhere I go around here. It ain't nothing organic going on around in none of this stuff. It ain't nothing genuine on the behalf of the people that I have seen. That's why I don't go over there. That's why I don't do none of that. So a lot of people like, Tory, why don't you, man, come on now. I've been out here 15 years. I done already did that years ago. I figured that out years ago, and it ain't nothing nobody got to tell me. I was one of those people that didn't know at first, and I went over there. I was sitting in the crowd, listening, trying to participate. And then I realized, didn't I tell you about the time, DJ Brother Z, that they had the town meeting and all of the representatives was sitting and the people was in the crowd, and I was sitting up on the stage, and they were supposed to be writing down the concerns of the people, and I'm looking on his page. He looked like he was playing tic-tac-toe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this buffoonery going on. I never went back after that. I never believed that they was even writing down nothing nobody was saying, because, after I saw that, I was like, yeah, okay, this is a joke. I didn't know at first. I was all in, like, okay, we finna make some changes. So at this point, if we don't go do it, it ain't getting done. That's my final conclusion. When they say they got to give your final thesis, your final answer on what's going on, it's trash. It ain't gonna work for the people unless we get out. If we ain't doing it, it ain't nothing gonna happen. If the people ain't driving it to where we can have the control, it ain't nothing gonna happen. It's just all smoke and mirrors. And it been going on, and it don't look like it's gonna stop no time soon. I thought, well, I ain't gonna even say that because I'm just telling y'all the truth. Y'all can take it however y'all want. Some of y'all still believe in the establishment that a lot of these ideas is going to work out for your best interest. And what they do is they'll jumpstart it with a new person that's going to do the same thing, that's going to overlook. How come we don't know if the paperwork, where the money at? How come we don't know where the money at? We still don't know where the money at. They going to get somebody in there that, is this person going to go in there and tell us where the money went? Is this person going to go in there and break up the problem, the real problems that's within. Matter of fact, I seen some people standing at that press conference that people was trying to recall, vouching for this lady. So I already knew it was messed up. All the people that people want to see gone, standing at the press conference vouching for this lady. God bless the lady, you know. If, you know, I don't know her personally, and I would love to have her on the show. Matter of fact, we're going to try to get her on the show. Because she coming in, she's going to be over our children, at least the children on the north side. So we should have her on the show and ask her some questions. And you know what? I don't like asking people that's working with the establishment the questions, because the talking ain't the problem. They know how to get around. They know how to talk, and they know how to do word salad ideas. They know how to do that. But when the performance comes, that's when, you know, you don't see it. Everybody around the city, if you have them in front of a microphone, they good at talking. They getting their money. They smelling good. They looking good. They know how to razzle dazzle at the press conference. But when you start looking at the stats, that's when you see the problem. When you start looking at the results, the empty results, that's when you had a problem. But if you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017, talk to text 833-212-1017. We got a new superintendent. When we come back, we're going to head to the lines, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, it's time to tap in. Them lines got that smoke. Call now at 833-212-1017 so we can put you in rotation.
Calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
People will tell you that race is a social construct and that there's no biological reality that distinguishes between a white individual and a black individual. So what does that mean if there are these quote-unquote disparities, right? It means that the way we move through a society is markedly different, right? And that the experience that we have has biological consequences. Is when you're in a society where people are constantly discriminating against a certain group, denying access, don't have control over the institutions that govern our lives. All of those things create a biological reality and a response, whether it's a stress hormone or a fear or something that could be passed on, what we call epigenetics, which means what my mother or my grandmother experienced had an effect on what formed me in my responses to those stressors. That's how we can be two individual people with very little difference, but have totally, vastly different experiences as we move through our reproductive health.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am ASAP and Maya Angelou.
I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Castro, go crazy. Yeah, we gone. Stop, we good. Stop, chill, we on. Chill, scale, let's go. Let's go. Domingo, let's go. Take, let's go. Set, let's roll. Straightening, straightening, straightening.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers E on the ones and twos. MPS. It's a mess at times. It's a mess. But they got a new superintendent. They say she from Boston. They say she worked with Governor Evers. They said that she, got a lot of things that she would contribute to the system. I want to hear your reaction. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017 or hit us in the chat. Miss Shaq, you on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Good afternoon, King Tory and Truth
How you
Nation.
doing, Queen?
I was emotional all day today because, I see the, intellectual potential of our children, being failed, and in the people that, we point and blame and stuff. But the fact of the matter is these children were born innocent, and they had the right to the intellectual potential that God instilled in them. And so I've been kind of emotional all day, and I still am, because we continue to fail our kids. And we, like you said, I want to first say that I'm really, I was very pleased to hear, how you intelligently and articulately, regurgitated the performance, Kendrick, halftime performance, and how you broke that down, because I'm like this: if you don't understand it, most people can't, explain it. And right. I love the way that you articulately explained that, and intelligently so. And I just love the camaraderie between the two of you, because him being a white man, you being a black man, and we living in a race-based society, right. We're able to engage in a truthful conversation. And this is all I say. I just post on Facebook that, truth is the mirror that we don't want to look into. And here you're holding that conversation respectfully, and this is what we can do. This is what we can do. Right. Two oppositions come together and respectfully have dialogue. I just don't understand the aggression and the violence and the, the preferential treatment that white people are requiring that they have. And I just, and then to go as far as to sabotage the educational journey and the intellectual potential of black children is just so appalling to me. And as an educator, and to know that, it's just, I'm so emotional, Tory, because these are our future. And like you said, yes, we see through this matrix that the union needs to be disbanded. F that union, and we need to see how are they in bed in cahoots with the school board and the president of the school board. We need to go further and beyond and reveal the corruption. You know what I'm saying? Because that union thinks that they just like the Republicans. They think that what they say go, and ain't nothing gonna penetrate.
Ain't they Democrat though? Ain't that union Democratic?
I'm just saying that I don't give a crap. So right now, I'm talking about the potential of our children. I just want the corruption to be I want us to eliminate the corruption when it comes to our children's intellectual potential. We need to go after it like we go after money.
All right, Miss Zech, like I said, you know we own it. You know that sometimes when you really going a long way to try to approach it, it take a little bit more time, but we get there. And I appreciate you for tapping in because I do know your heart is in the right place for these young people. And I appreciate you, Miss Zech. Miss Carolyn, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, Tory, how you doing?
How you doing, Queen?
I've been listening to you guys' conversation and stuff about MPS, and then I want to make 1.2 about that Super Bowl halftime. Now, I don't listen to rap like that anymore. I'm 63 years old, so I don't know what the latest rappers are. I don't know any of that. But I understood his message because I understand slang, because we grew up talking slang. So the message didn't go over my head. I knew exactly what he was saying. A lot of people were upset because they were like, this is the stupidest Super Bowl halftime. That's because the message wasn't for you. That's why it was stupid, because you didn't understand that the man was making a political statement.
It was powerful.
Now, past that, it was. And now, what I like that he did, too, back in the old days when we listened to rap and stuff, the rappers always had a posse. I like that. He had a posse.
Right.
They did a performance. And I was like, ooh, this took me back to, when Snoop them guys came out in Ice Cube. Everybody had a posse.
Right.
Now everybody about themselves, So that was what I want to say on that. But now back to MPS. I look at that and I feel so sorry for the people growing up in Milwaukee, because I hear all this stuff going on, but this is what I'm not hearing. Where are the parents in all of this? Where are the parents? Because as a parent, I was from San Diego, California, and I moved to Milwaukee because my ex-spouse was a military man. But before I came here, he did his research to see where we were going to live and what was going to be the best school district for our children. So we ended up living in Pleasant Prairie, brand new house on a big acre-and-a-half lot and stuff. We the only blacks, so they calling us niggers, throwing trash in our yard and all that. But when it came down to my children in that school board, my children were bilingual, and they was 3rd and 4th grade. So my baby girl could not even read in English at all. She could only read in Spanish. So when I went to go sign them up for school, they told me that since we were African Americans and we did not speak Spanish in our home as the primary language, my daughter couldn't go to that school. Now, mind you, the primary language for her is a little bit of both, because she's only 3rd grade. She's been in Spanish Emerge since kindergarten. And in Spanish Emerge, at that time, they wrote Spanish until they got to the 6th grade, and then they began to learn the English component. Well, she wasn't even in the 6th grade. She's still in the 3rd grade. So all she knows is Spanish, right? So they told me just because we African American and we speak English, she can't get in there. Let me tell you what I did. I called that school board president every day. He didn't answer me. He put it to them to answer and stuff. But I called every day. I called transportation. I would be on them like it was my job, calling them. And finally, they gave in and gave me my way. So the school board president, he called me to his office. Come to find out, he was my pastor.
What?
And he called me to the office. He said, yes, his name was Reverend Arrington. He called me to the office. He said, every school board meeting, they were talking about you. They was like, oh, this lady is giving us the flux, and she's doing this and that. And he said he just told them, you might as well give her what she wants, because she's not going to give up.
Hey, never give up. And look, salute to you, Miss Carolyn, because when I talk about parent energy, I think that MPS needs a huge parent movement, period. Just all parents need to just, if you're going to send your child to that school, all the parents, all the guardians, and if you can't go, even if you got a job or something, get a representative in the family, and y'all can rotate to go up to these schools that y'all sending y'all kids. Even do it on Zoom. Get together, get a group together, and rotate going up to them schools And I think that it needs to be a huge parent movement. I'm talking about up in the schools, checking on the kids, going up there and letting y'all presence be felt. A lot of these schools look like daycare centers that they just dropping off the kids and, and then, they coming home in the evening and, but we got to insert ourselves into the public school system and make it a part of our daily life because we're putting our children in this system. So I wouldn't send my kid no place that I wouldn't go and consistently be a part of just to show the presence. Okay? But that's just what I feel. I feel like we need a huge parent movement. If y'all watching online as we broadcast live on YouTube, we got the question, do you think the new MPS superintendent will do a good job? And are you happy with the pick? You can answer the survey on YouTube. We got John on the lines. John, you're on the new 101.7 The Tap in. How you doing, John?
Hey, Tory. Good. How you doing today?
Blessings, brother.
First, I want to say congratulations on 15 years.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
You're doing an awesome job in this city.
Thank you.
And I've only really started listening to you about 6 months ago, but every day at work, I turn your radio station on right at 2 o'clock when I start.
Thank you, brother.
And with this MPS, I agree with you on how this lady was already picked by them from the start. How do you have 50 people applying for a job, and within 2 weeks, you're picking somebody? That's a crock. They need to do better on their picking process. Because I got grandchildren that are getting ready to go to start school. And I told my stepson, let me know if there's any problems because I'll be there right there with you.
Right. And the thing is, when you have people already, I think that people are not elected, they're selected. They select the person that's going to go with the said agenda at the time, and they want to foster an idea that is community support, but they already got their person in on the back end that's going to slide right there.
Their yes person.
Yeah.
Somebody that's going to do what they want.
Hey, they're going to overlook that paperwork that wasn't filled out.
Yep.
Wow.
You have a good day, sir.
All right, John. I appreciate you for tapping in. Like I said,
God bless.
We needed somebody that was going to come through and really expose what's wrong with MPS, not go along with MPS. We needed a superintendent like Joe Clark. Come in with the bat and the bullhorn. We need somebody that is not afraid to dig deep and look into what's really wrong and gut it out. Not somebody that's going to go along with it, smooth things over. You already know it was going to be a problem. I already knew it was going to be a problem when I heard that they said that she worked with the governor at the governor's office. She already had an inroad. She already had a recommendation from the governor's office. She was already going to slide through, no matter who was on the list. This person was planted. This is a person this is who they really wanted. All of that, we got these candidates was for show. That's so they don't get sued. Because you got to, sometimes before you give somebody a position, especially with MPS, you got to open up for the public and then, people would apply and then you got to go through that process because you can get sued if you don't do that. So they stick the person that they really want in there. That's going to push the agenda, and then they go through the process and slide them in, and now they trying to present it like they went through a process of an honest process. And hey, now you see what's Look, when we come back, we got Sharice on the lines. We're going to see what she got to say when we get back. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Join the Milwaukee Bucks as the team celebrates historically black colleges and universities with HBCU Night, presented by Johnson Controls on February 20th. Enjoy pregame, halftime, and postgame events that honor the legacy and excellence of historically black colleges and universities and those who attended them. For more information and to purchase a ticket package, visit bucks.com/impact. That's bucks.com/impact.
Join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League as it celebrates individuals and organizations whose commitment to equity creates strong partners and strong communities. It's all happening at the annual Equal Opportunity Day Luncheon on Thursday, March 13th at the Pfister Hotel. Greater Milwaukee Urban League will honor local leaders and organizations committed to empowering communities and changing lives. Join us for a special recognition of legendary past President Ralph Holman. For details, sponsorship, and tickets, go to tmul.org.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Men, it's your life. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor about getting tested. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. Go to pcf.org to learn more about prostate cancer and how you can advocate for yourself. Remember, it's your life. And it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Aging well means staying healthy, active, and independent. To age well, we need to take care of our bones. 10 million Americans have osteoporosis, a hereditary disease that makes bones weak and more likely to break. Thankfully, we can all take simple steps to improve our bone health at any age. Eat a healthy diet that is rich in calcium and vitamin D. Get regular weight-bearing exercise, which means on our feet. Get bone health tips at pathtogoodbonehealth.org.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Bucks are back to work tonight. They'll look to get in the win column in the last game before the All-Star break. They'll take on the Timberwolves in Minnesota. Tip time set for 7 p.m. Over to college hoops, where the 18th ranked Marquette Golden Eagles got back into the win column with the 68-58 win over DePaul on Tuesday night.
Marquette the other way. Stevie Mitchell, the full 94. Hank shoots, has it blocked, got it back, and laid it up and in. And Marquette's lead is 10. That's the Stevie Mitchell everyone knows.
With the win, Marquette improving to an overall record of 20-6. And lastly, some baseball news as the season officially here as the Milwaukee Brewers pitchers and catchers reporting today in Arizona. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Without your love, feeling why I keep my head up, out of pounds, couldn't count you, that's why I need my bread up. I told everyone I'll cut her off, can't be seen with her. She said I'm a don't give a I agree with her. Travel around the world and you're the only one that's on my mind. Made me wanna come back home right now, come here. Treat you like the other side, treat you like you're not my wife. Like I can't so think about the other night.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in all month long as we celebrate the voices, the stories, the achievements that have shaped our history and inspired the future. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Educators Credit Union, the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance. Hey, look, we talking about this new superintendent at MPS. Hey, I'm looking for reactions. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. We got Sharice on the line. Sharice, you on the Tory Lowe Show?
Hey, Tory. Can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing, Queen?
Okay.
I'm doing okay. Great show like always.
Blessings.
My thoughts are, well, the news mentioned that the place that she worked before, she either didn't do well with improving the literacy problem that they had there, or she failed or didn't meet the goals or something. And they made sure to mention that. So as a parent, I'm thinking, like, if you didn't do well there in that particular area, they didn't go through her whole resume. They just went through that particular area. How does that make me feel as a parent that you're coming here and we have a literacy problem here? And then when you mentioned that, well, she worked at the governor's, I'm like, oh, that's how. Because guess what? I'm a nurse. If you call my other job and they tell you I did bad there, the new job isn't going to want to hire me because I didn't do that well at the other job.
Right.
So how do you fail in one area and automatically get the job? I would think that's immediate, like, well, you struggled there, and we don't need anybody to struggle. We need somebody with great plans that work. If you have great plans, but they don't work, it's like they're not even great plans.
Right.
So, I'm a little concerned about that because I'm like, well, did you try these same plans that you had there and they failed? Because we got a huge literacy problem. And that just doesn't make me feel very confident. I don't have any choice but to accept you, but I don't know how confident I am in your being able to handle our literacy problems.
Hey,
that's my take. Have a nice
look,
day.
I appreciate that take. That's a good look. And to me, I feel like the buddy system is out of control. Like, to me, I think that now these high-paying jobs are favors. Like, okay, I'm going to put you over here. You're going to make this much money. Like, don't worry about it. We're going to go through the process. We're going to get you in there. Like, this is what it looked like to me. Like, look what happened with Willie Hines. He was a Common Council president at one point. Common Council president, and they moved him over to the housing, $240,000 or so. What connections he got? They moved him over there. He was making good money. Look what happened to Ashanti Hamilton. You know what I mean? Moved him over to violence, wellness, and safety, over $150,000 job. And then now, both of these guys have retired, and we don't even know what we got out of that the last couple. And these are, Common Council president ideas, okay? When you talk about superintendent, when you talk about some of these ideas that we're questioning, the money in these positions are huge. And the people don't seem to be really qualified to have that position and making that kind of money. So when you raise an eyebrow, like, how did these people, I think it's favors. I think people moving people around because, they done turned some of these positions into the buddy system. The old guard that said, okay, well, don't worry about it. We're going to move you over here. You're going to just sit tight, be quiet. You can sit over here and make some money. And, you ain't really got to do much. You know what I mean? This is sad, but this is my observation. You ain't really got to do nothing but, when the press conference comes, just, handle the press conferences. If something happened in the media, stand there, with a smile and read the script. It just looks fake. And then we lose every time because it's been going on. This ain't the first time. Look, let me tell you something. Let's be honest. None of this is new to us. I think we're just starting to call it for what it is. I think we just starting to call it down the middle now. A lot of y'all that was delusional, y'all may be waking up, to me, it sound like, because you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, not getting nothing out of it, and expect the people to get excited. It's trash. Whatever went on was trash, and I think we just need all new people that we put in there that the people can gain the control of the outcomes, like where there's genuine outcomes that benefit the people. And that's going to come with everybody coming out, doing their part. See, a lot of things ain't going to never change because everybody ain't going at the same time. Y'all let one or two people be the voice or stand out there and y'all wondering what somebody else could have did when you could have did it. Why ain't nobody doing this? Well, why you ain't doing it? That's what they say, DJ Brother Z. Why didn't somebody do this and that? Well, you could have been that somebody. Why you not that somebody? See, this is what has to change. Because the moment we start taking action as individuals, as a group, as a community, as a township, that's going to be a powerful day, DJ Brother Z. That's what I'm pushing for. That's, you know, Martin Luther King, I had a dream one day. You know, that's my dream. My dream is for the people to be about that action and shake on doors and step on toes. I had a dream today. That all the people in the city would rattle on these doors and step on these toes. That's what I'm talking about. That's my dream. I don't got the same dream that Martin Luther King got. I was a kid when I heard it. I was, it did its job. But now we so many years removed from that dream, I got a dream that we need to be about that action. Because that's why all of this is going on. They basically laughing in your face. They misusing the tax dollars. Ain't nobody going to jail. And they put new people in the front like this person gonna do something. They fooling you again. It's like another vicious cycle. Somebody in the chat said, they weren't gonna let another brother get back in there. Somebody in the chat. They weren't gonna let another brother get in there and do nothing. So, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is, only reason they're able to play in our face is because we're not present. And when you're not present, they can continue to do what they've been doing, and they know not enough people are involved to the point where they have to feel threatened. Yeah, you got your Tory Lowe's out here. You got your Liz Browns out here. You got your different people that are trying to, make some noise, but they not looking out the window and seeing everybody outside. It should be so many people showing up to this stuff that they ain't got no seating room, and outside on the steps is full. Into the street where they have to block off the street. Because when they start seeing stuff like that, that's when you know. That's when you know. That's when they gonna know we really mean business. Yeah, we can get on the air and point it out. Thank God that's happening, because for a long time, that wasn't happening, But now we can talk about it and look at it for what it really is, but now what the people going to do. This year, my idea, I'm not mad at the establishment for stealing the money. I'm mad at us for allowing it to continue to happen. As a whole, as a group, as a people that live in the same community, are we standing together on business? That's when they gonna know. And until that happen, we're gonna always have these conversations. We're gonna look up. It's gonna be another organization that's gonna show up. The same scenario. The money missing. Millions of dollars is missing. And nobody don't know where it went. Nobody don't know who pocket that the money went into. Nobody don't know who went to the grocery store with the money. And it's a paper trail. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I want to try to get an update on that shooting that took place, the police shooting that took place on 27th. Where was that, 27th? Yeah, we're going to try to see what's going on with that, if there's any updates. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com. We have Friday Night Hoops on The Truth. This Friday, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Wright State Raiders.
Blocked by McKee, pulled down by Stillwell, 3.5, and A.J. McKee, playing with 4 fouls, blocks the would-be game-tying three-pointer.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Reproductive justice, it's a framework, it's a movement, it's a vision for reproductive freedom. It's a right to have a child. It's a right to not have children. And this next part is really as important as the other parts. It's the right to birth and parent our children with dignity, and the right to live and parent our children in safe and healthy environments. So reproductive justice understands the ability of any person to control their destiny is directly related to the conditions of their communities. It looks at the intersections of discrimination in social, political, and economic systems, and it sheds lights on the barriers that these systems produce. And then we, reproductive justice advocates, fight against the barriers that prevent Black people and other people of color from exercising their rights. That's reproductive justice.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best.
For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yo. I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes. And I just want to let y'all know I'm your pusher. The world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we got an update on the police officer who was shot and a suspect that was killed at 27th in Wisconsin. If y'all watching this, we broadcast live on YouTube, X, and social media. We got video. Let's listen.
Today, at approximately 11:50 a.m., Milwaukee Police Department officers were dispatched to 700 block of North 27th Street for a subject walking down the street and firing shots with a large gun. Upon arrival, the officers encountered the armed suspect and gave him orders to drop the gun. The suspect refused, fired shots at the officers. An officer returned gunfire, subsequently striking the suspect. A different officer was struck by the suspect's gunfire during the exchange. The suspect's semi-auto rifle was recovered on the scene. The suspect, an unidentified male, sustained fatal gunshots. Our officer is a 34-year-old male with over 8 years of service. And I meant to say our injured officer is a 34-year-old male with over 8 years of service. He was transported to the hospital for treatment for serious injuries. The officer that discharged his firearm at the suspect is a 37-year-old male with over 8 years of service. The officer will be placed on administrative duty as is routine in the officer-involved shootings. The Milwaukee Area Investigative Team will be investigating this incident. The Oak Creek Police Department is the lead agency. This is a fluid and ongoing investigation. Video release related to this incident will be released in accordance with Operating Procedure 575. As you can see, that this is a pretty challenging situation for us. The Milwaukee Police Department wishes our officer speedy recovery, but make this known. This is an individual during the day, which is never okay, using a firearm to bring violence into our community. I've always said this, absolutely unacceptable. And as we were seeing out here in this particular wintry snowstorm, I'm very proud of our officers in regards to responding, especially in light of the challenges of what this day gives us, and that there was multiple individuals out on the streets, cars in the streets, that could have been harmed by this particular individual. This is not acceptable. This type of actions, this type of behavior must stop. And I'd like to introduce now the Mayor of Milwaukee, Mayor Cavalier Johnson.
All right, we can go. But the thing is, the police chief breaks it down, and he says, you know, this guy is out here shooting in the public. And like I said, if that's the case, let it be. Let it be so. If that's the case, if that's what they're saying is the case, let it be so. Salute to the officers for approaching that situation. If it's according to what they were saying that happened, we got body cam footage that hopefully we can get some body cam footage on this to see what happened. But at the end of the day, if what's being said is true, great response by MPD to get somebody that could have been putting other people in harm, addressing that issue. And my condolences to the families affected by this situation. I'm sure I'm going to hear from both sides, but I think that many times when you talk about community safety and a lot of things go on, and according to what the chief has said, that this guy was already shooting and firing this weapon, and when the officers approached him, they gave orders to put it down. A shootout basically took place from what I'm seeing in the reports, and the shooter was unalived, and the officer was shot as well. The officer is injured. So, like I said, according to the chief, this guy was out here creating or could have created victims. So, hey, once again, my condolences to the officer injured. My condolences to the family that have been affected. The person that was unalived hit their family. And like I said, some people in the chat saying, where's the body camera footage? The body camera tax fund should be the one doing the talking. That is what they are there for. Where's the officer's body cam? Hey, all legitimate questions, but like I said, this is what the chief is saying. And you know, sometimes we got to see the body cam to see what's happening in, but we got to realize that there are families suffering right now in the city of Milwaukee due to this incident, and we want to make sure we send our condolences. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
I got to talk to y'all about our friends over at Visit Milwaukee, because I'm trying to make sure that we put some good energy that way, because they're excited to present their 2025 Museum Days taking place January 23rd to February 2nd. You can go immerse yourself in great historical and cultural experiences by visiting the Milwaukee Public Museum, America's Black Holocaust Museum, the Villa Terrace Decorative Art Museum, and so many more in our great city. By the way, every single one of those are must-see. If you haven't gone, stunning, beautiful, emotional, give yourself time to go so that you can really experience it, because all of those have so much to see. Personally, I've never been able to see everything in just one day, so try to get in as much as you can, because tickets are as low as $5. For more information, all you have to do is go to visitmilwaukee.org/museum days. That's visitmilwaukee.org/museum days to enjoy the 2025 Museum Days, January 23rd to February 2nd, presented by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between The Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Ray Walker III, Sales Director at Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. He will discuss how they became the go-to printing company in Milwaukee and why they go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. So again, tune into the Business Spotlight with the Milwaukee staple Great Impressions this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
When a parent sees their child smile, they see hope. Aleem hoped that his son Rajib would have an easier life than he had. You see, Rajib, just like his father, was born with a cleft. But as a fisherman in a small village in Indonesia, the cost of surgery was out of reach. Their lives were transformed thanks to Smile Train, which sponsors free, life-changing cleft surgeries and other essential treatments. Rajib's surgery marked Smile Train's 2 millionth, and incredibly, Aleem's was the 2 million and first. Now, their smiles are a symbol of hope for children with clefts all over the world. 540 babies are born with a cleft each day, but through Smile Train, millions of lives have been changed. To learn more and support the global cleft community, visit smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Calling all big thinkers. The world's climate is changing. These aren't new facts, but it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by American Family Insurance. Milwaukee Black Talk.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we got the blizzard out here. Is we snowed in yet, DJ Brother Z? We snowed in. They said it's going to be heavy snow. And for those that are out there, be careful. They said the plows are out. I got responses in the chat that said the plows is outside. Somebody goes to say, I have off work with the snow. I'm tapped in. Hey, look, for those that are at the crib chilling out, hit me up in the chat. How many inches you think it is right now? How many inches of snow it is? I don't know. We've been inside. I know it was coming down. I don't know if it picked up or we might be snowed in, DJ Brother Z. We got some restaurants in here, though. We got some places to eat. Long as we got food, that's all that count. And you know they're going to clean up downtown. You know we downtown, so you know they're going to make sure that the streets clean downtown. But we've been talking about this new superintendent from MPS, and a lot of people been sending me information on her history. I'm going to say this. many times when we talk about leadership in the city of Milwaukee and some of the things that we go through in these institutions, how bad they are ran, poorly they are managed, I think that it's more than the superintendent that need to be addressed. I think that when they give us a face, we got to look at the school board. We got to start looking at the union. We got to start looking at a lot of different ideas in this puzzle piece. But from what I'm seeing is that the superintendent is just the face. The superintendent is just the face. But I want to go to this new news that's happening where I'm seeing that there's a situation that's brewing with the judges. Let me make sure I pull this up correctly to make sure I get it accurately. This is just going on now. This is breaking news. A federal judge rules in favor of President Trump, affirming his authority to freeze and restrict federal funding. We got some video on this. Let's listen.
Find that the government can limit access to federal funds on the basis of the applicable authorizing statutes, regulations, and terms. Essentially, yes, the government can do so in complying with regulations, and then that the previous order does not bar both the president and much of the federal government from exercising their own lawful authorities to withhold funding without the prior approval of the district court, meaning, again, they can disperse the monies that they were allocated within the law, within the confines of the law, and that the government does not have to seek preclearance from the courts on terminating funding as long as they have the authority to do it, as governed by the applicable statutory, regulatory, or grant terms. So essentially, the court is confirming what the Trump administration has maintained and what common sense can project, which is that within the confines of regulatory and normal authority, of course, you can do what you want with your own money, and you don't need a court's approval to do so. Yep, that's so clarifying that the government can.
For those that are keeping score, I just let it go back and forth. I'll tell people, like, a lot of this is being challenged. A lot of these ideas, a new administration comes in, and, you got two-party system. Basically, one side is challenging the other side. It goes on all the time. So I like it when they get to this point, where they get to the judges, and a lot of that is final when the judge make their decisions. So I'm watching it. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't like some of the fake outrage when it comes to the Department of Education. I think that a lot of people now they're concerned now that they may be some of this wasteful spending may be uncovered. Now they want to act like they care about the Department of Education. A lot of that, man, I mean, when you look at the statistics, at least in my community, when it comes to the kids, somebody tell me who, is really truly concerned. I would love to hear it. I would, excuse me. I would love to hear it, but I think a lot of this is fake outrage. A lot of this, what I'm seeing is they're going in trying to see where a lot of this money was going. And a lot of people don't want to be exposed because they was using a lot of the tax dollars as a slush fund. And it's going on right here in the city of Milwaukee. It's going on right here in my city where people are using the taxpayers' dollars through these organizations as a slush fund. And my township is mostly Democratic. And a lot of y'all don't want to believe that some of these Democratic ideas is robbing you. And they want you to make you look at Trump or something other than what's going on right here. But I see exactly what's going on because I had to look at it myself. I had to watch it. I don't misconstrue who doing what. And my biggest problem is right here in the city of Milwaukee when I got to try to figure out why nobody ain't going to jail for stealing funds that we need, that we desperately need. So when Doge is looking through records, and I'm hoping that they computerize the system where everything can come up computerized so that we can see where the money going. I'm interested in where the money going. If I don't care what nobody talking about, I want to know where a lot of these tax dollars is going to me. That's how I feel about it. Even in the city of Milwaukee, they talking on the federal level. I'm talking about on the local level. I want to see who took the money. I'm interested. You never hear where the money went. So, and I was big on auditing. I was big on having audits on a lot of these organizations that was receiving taxpayers' dollars. So any system, I don't care who doing it, if they trying to see where the money going, I'm all for it. What you say?
Say he wants to be called this.
Okay, well, we got somebody on the lines. White boy Mike, I guess. White boy Mike. You're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, Tory.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. You're bringing up this fake outrage, and who is front and center outside the Department of Education? Milwaukee's own Gwen Moore. And I'm just kind of curious, what is she doing? What is she doing for MPS?
Hey. Inquiring minds want to know.
I rarely see her on the news, on the local news, fighting for MPS.
Hey, all I'm telling you is a lot of this is fake outrage, because on the local level, we got a lot of problems, and I'm wondering why the FBI, I'm wondering why there ain't no handcuffs. That's all I'm saying. Hey, if they can figure this out, we can move forward. Yeah. Well, like I said, whether it's Doge, whether it's an audit, whoever trying to do it, I'm interested in where the tax dollars is going. That, to me, is the biggest question that I've had since I started this station and started this radio show. Before this, I'm wondering where all the tax dollars is going, and now you're starting to hear about some of the wasteful spending going on. But now, once you get the people and understand they were wasting the tax dollars, is there going to be any arrest or anybody that's going to pay a criminal penalty for fraud?
Sorry, I got a question for you. Now, if what's his name, Ron Johnson, you're pretty cool with Ron Johnson by now, right?
Me and Ron Johnson talk. We familiar. I talk to everybody that come through here. So that's just like you asking me if I'm cool with Cavalier Johnson. I mean, they come on the show. We can talk.
Where I'm going with it is, I think you have a message that needs to go national, and maybe Ron Johnson can get you to maybe talk some sense into Congress.
Well, I'll say this. I think many times certain things that I agree with, and we agree with things, and we have conversations about the things we agree with. It's a lot of things that I may not agree with, but we try to focus on what do we agree with. And I think that's where we find our grounds to have conversations and see how we can get from A to B on the things that we do agree with.
All right, sorry, I got to head out. Nice talking to you.
All right, thank you for tapping in, White Boy Mike. We got a new character on the show, White Boy Mike. Hey, all right. But like I said, I think that when we talk about taxpayers' dollars and the misspending and the fake nonprofits and the buddy system, it's out of control. It's out of control. I hope Elon Musk computerized the system. So I don't even know if they upgraded it to where a lot of the spending is actually where you can it's organized to see where everything is going. I don't know if it's like that, but he's a tech guy. I hope he get everything in computers so we can see where the dollars is going. That's all I'm saying. Because this is my biggest problem when I'm talking about the establishment. It seemed like there's a lot of money just moving in and out through the hands of these established ideas. And then when we find out it's millions of dollars, how did it get up to millions of dollars? You telling me nobody don't know that this is inappropriate? We was just talking about the two bank robbers. The white guy that robbed the bank, robbed 5 banks. He only got $1,500, DJ Brother Z. If it was up to me, I'd have told him become a superintendent or something. You know what I mean? You'd have got way more money. Y'all doing this, y'all robbing banks, y'all out here doing petty crimes. No, get an education and become a part of the establishment. You're gonna rob the city, you're gonna rob the people and ain't gonna go to jail. If that's what it looked like to me, DJ Brother Z. Stop going to jail for 20 years over $5. Get an education. Get in one of these systems and then take millions of dollars and nobody don't know where the money went. Maybe I did the wrong thing as an advocate for 15 years. Didn't take a penny. Maybe I took the wrong turn. Maybe I should have became the director of Hack'em. Make a cool $240,000. Or maybe I should have danced a little bit and got in there over the Office of Violence Prevention and danced a little bit and looked the other way and ran away with $150,000 in cash. Maybe I should have. I'm just joking. But some of y'all look at that little Ray, and y'all ain't looking at the people at the school, at the what they call it, the central office. The people downtown that's managing the funds, they walking away like a fat rat, and you looking at Lil Ray Ray. Lil Ray Ray only ran away with $20. Lil Ray Ray didn't have nothing. He ain't had a pot to pee in. And he going to jail for 20 years. They catching him with that little money. And whatever Lil Ray Ray and them doing, they catching them and putting them away for years. But then you ain't looking at the people that got the education that can't even fill out the paperwork. And this money could be tracked. I know the money could be tracked because it had to be dispersed into something. You know when the IRS call you and say that you ain't paid your taxes? How they know? Okay, so you telling me they can call you for that because you ain't paid your taxes, but they can't call MPS them for where the money went. See, this is the game. This is the game they playing on the regular people. So you telling me $2.8 million is missing and nobody don't know, but if you don't pay your taxes and they coming after you and they shutting down and freezing your account. This don't make sense. That's why I'm for what Elon Musk doing. I'm for what Elon Musk. Look, they mad because they done gave their buddies little monies, and they know that if they computerize it or get it all lined up, the wasteful spending to how they was distributing that taxpayers' dollars, that maybe this new administration can get somebody in there that can challenge them legally in the courts. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm going to tell you right now, whatever's going on at Hack'em, millions of dollars, whatever's going on at SDC, millions of dollars, whatever going on at MPS, millions of dollars, and you wonder why Lil Ray Ray out here acting the way he acting. But y'all mad at him. Y'all hate him. Y'all got Lil Ray Ray. You got the lights on Lil Ray Ray. You looking out the window with the neighborhood watch with Lil Ray Ray, but you going and clapping and taking pictures with the folks in the suits. That done took way more of your money. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices. Milwaukee, Black Talk.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am grateful for those who changed yesterday.
But I live in today.
And I pledge I will help shape tomorrow.
Milwaukee College Prep Scholars honor Black History Month not just during February, but each and every day they walk through the door, preparing for a better life for themselves and the world around them. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This monumental moment in Black history is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Educators Credit Union, the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
Do you know the writer behind the infamous play A Raisin in the Sun? Well, that's playwright and activist Lorraine Vivian Hansberry, the first Black playwright and the youngest American to win a New York Critics Circle Award. Born in May of 1930 in Chicago, Hansberry was introduced to advocating for Black rights through her parents and their work with the NAACP. In her youth, they faced the hardships of systemized racism when they moved to a white neighborhood and were violently attacked. They refused to relocate but were ordered to by the court in the Hansberry versus Lee case, which later made it to the Supreme Court. Hansberry enrolled at the University of Wisconsin-Madison but dropped out to pursue her writing career in New York City. At the age of 29, Hansberry wrote the infamous play A Raisin in the Sun, which ran on Broadway over 500 times. Sadly, Hansberry died of pancreatic cancer at the young age of 34. Her life and legacy lives on through her written work.
Listen to 1017 The Truth all month long as we celebrate Black History Month. You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Check. Straight up, dog. Straight up. Yeah, straight up. Hey. Bitch, I go by Mike.
Calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for our Black Business Spotlight interview, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone right here on The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's a lot of things that we talk about is common sense. And every time a Black man raises an eyebrow, they want to make it political, and many times it goes political because that's where they send us. If we got a problem with, we want a speed bump, we got to go downtown to City Hall. If we want lunch in the schools, better lunches in the schools, they make it political. Anything we do on the north side, you can say anything and demand answers, and they're going to tell you to call your alder person, call your elected officials. They make it all political. You know what I mean? So it's just the way it is. That's how I became who I am, because every time I tried to help somebody, they pushed it into the political space. Then it got on the news, and then somebody will throw a press conference that's elected official. I'm like, where did these people come from? So that's when I started paying attention to it all. Now I watch it all. I watch all the moving parts. But when I first started, I didn't know that we asking for regular stuff. We asking for updated books in class. They gonna make it political. Oh, you gotta hold a protest to get better books in the class. You know what I mean? Everything we do, if we don't like something and we upset, then the elected officials be on the news talking and doing press conferences. Once they see the community moving around, they want to add their 2 cents on it. Everything that you challenge it goes political for some weird reason. That's how I got involved in politics, because I noticed that, okay, if I'm helping this family and I'm trying to get answers, next thing you know, I look up, there's a press conference going on. And so I said, okay, I guess these the people that's supposed to know. So let me ask them, because I looked up on the 10 o'clock news and saw them on the TV. So when I asked them and we didn't get no callbacks, I'm wondering, why did you do the press conference if you weren't going to answer the phone? That's all I'm saying. So a lot of this, to me, have to be redone, because it's delusional to believe in what we're seeing, because it's not what we think it is many times, because we're not getting the said outcomes. And now we talking money missing. And some of y'all ain't talked to y'all cousin in 20 years because they didn't pay you back that $20. They didn't pay you back the $20, and that's why you don't like them when you go to the family reunion. You holding the grudge against them because they didn't pay you back. But you ain't mad at none of these people that then took millions of dollars and nobody don't know where the money went, and all the black agencies and institutions is suffering from money missing. On the north side, SDC, we still don't know where the money went with SDC. I don't even know why they moving forward all the time. They see it only on our side of town. They don't have to explain what happened. They moving on. We got a new president. Come back in. Come on, y'all, come back on in. We didn't switch the face. DJ Brother Z, we get treated so bad on the north side. They gonna keep it moving regardless. That's like you find out that the person you with is cheating, right? And they just come back in the house and like nothing did happen. You know what? I went to church. I gave my life to the Lord. I got baptized. I'm back. It's me. Like, I'm supposed to forget. Yeah, I'm under new management. Here we go. See, that's the game. That's the BS that they be doing. See, I ain't falling for it. That's why they don't invite me. That's why I don't win none of the awards. That's why I don't win none of the, every year they got the 50 most influential black people. Every year. It come out of Madison 360. This publication. And if you look at the list, don't nobody know what these people even do. Black people. They would never do this to the Jewish community. They would never do this to the white community. They know they leaders. The Jewish people, the Hispanics, they know they leaders. You don't never see nobody from no other race say, I'm the leader of my race. You don't never see nobody jump out there. You never see a white person jump out and say, I'm the one that's running my neighborhood. I'm the king of my neighborhood. You know what the white people gonna say? George, sit down. They gonna know Kendrick when they be humble. Sit down. They not gonna let it happen. But
you in charge. I want to hear you say that. Say it.
I'm in charge.
You my partner.
I know.
Say it. I'm in charge.
I'm in charge.
Oh, wow. That's that hustle and flow. I'm in charge. That go on all the time. But what I'm saying is, only on the north side, every week it's a new leader. Every week. Every week. See, this is how they keep you discombobulated. If you go into the Jewish community or any other community and somebody jump up and say they the leader, the Jewish community don't have a structure where anybody can pop up and say they the leader. I understand what I'm saying. The Native Americans, they got the chief, they got organization. The Hmong, they got chiefs, they got people that, if there's something going on in the community, go talk to them. Not in our community. If one of these little kids recite a good Martin Luther King speech, they the leader. Like, if somebody cut heads at Sherman Park, they the community leader. Every week. I never understood why the news did this. Keep you all discombobulated so people can steal the money on our side of town and nobody really know who the real leader is, and the ones that's been selected, not elect. They was elected, but they were selected, and then you got them and they quiet. It's a church mouse. That's all I'm saying. This is why I don't go to none of this. That's why I'm by request. This is why when people call me, I gotta go and do it. And I've been seeing this happen. And we accept this. We every week, watch it. Mark my words. I'm gonna play. You know what, DJ Brother Z? The next time they try to say somebody else the leader in the black community, I'm gonna put them on the show. I'm gonna put the article, I'm gonna prove to y'all that every other week it's a black leader in the community. But you never see that same energy in other neighborhoods, in the surrounding areas. Who the leader in Wauwatosa? Who the leader in Sherwood? Who? What regular person is up there running things and saying that they running things? Who the leader over there in the Italian community? What you say, DJ Brother Z? Eddie? Hey, you know how they treat Eddie. That's why he coming on our side. You know, Eddie said he Italian, but like I said, he can't claim to be. He don't come on the radio station saying he running the Italian community. He come over here trying to say he going to try to colonize the show. He never say that he running nothing on his side. He don't even talk about the problems that they got on their side. Understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. Hey, look, when we come back, we going to have more conversation. That might go over people's head like Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show. But we going to run the break. Maybe if for those that caught it, you caught it. For those that did, God bless you. When we come back, we're going to have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
People often wonder, what's the credit union difference? Well, let me tell you what's different about Educators Credit Union. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a team of people who are actively invested in the next generation and in the communities where you live and work. We're in classrooms teaching financial literacy, in neighborhoods building homes and relationships, and in local communities lending a helping hand. We believe when communities thrive, we all thrive. Educators Credit Union, achieving more together, insured by NCUA.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruberg offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by Fidelity Wealth Management. Earn Your Leisure, co-founded by Rashad Bilal and Troy Millings, is a multimedia platform designed to help educate people about the world of business and finance. The pair have podcasts, do live events, and recently released a book, You Deserve to Be Rich. Master the inner game of wealth and claim your future. It was inspired by some of the interactions that Bilal and Millings have had with young people of color and the types of questions they ask.
We wanted to create an encyclopedia of sorts where you can get A to Z journey, and it walks you through from credit to real estate to stocks, but it's done in story format. It follows fictitious characters. So it really is a personal finance journey for anybody, anywhere.
Co-founder Rashad Bilal on Bloomberg. The New York Times bestselling book is one of many ways Bilal and Millings are trying to reach people of color and share their knowledge. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Bucks are back to work tonight. They'll look to get in the win column in the last game before the All-Star break. They'll take on the Timberwolves in Minnesota. Tip time set for 7 p.m. Over to college hoops, where the 18th ranked Marquette Golden Eagles got back into the win column with the 68-58 win over DePaul on Tuesday night.
Marquette the other way. Stevie Mitchell, the full 94. Hank shoots, has it blocked, got it back, and laid it up and in. And Marquette's lead is 10. That's the Stevie Mitchell everyone knows.
With the win, Marquette improving to an overall record of 20-6. And lastly, some baseball news as the season officially here as the Milwaukee Brewers pitchers and catchers reporting today in Arizona. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The winner is Black Boy Matt.
When I'm out of town, I be tripping, I be on one. Why you taking pictures in that lamb? He don't own one. Shades on my face, not the yard, these are chrome ones.
Tune in to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Ray Walker III, Sales Director and Great Impressions Graphics at Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. Raw will discuss how they became the go-to printing company in Milwaukee over the last 26 years and why they go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. So again, tune into the Black Business Spotlight with a Milwaukee staple, Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Joining me on the lines is Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy days. Blizzard, how many inches is it outside right now? Inches of snow?
Probably like three. Don't quote me, though.
I don't want to be snowed in once we leave the show. I don't want to.
3 and count. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got all the food places, Dog City right there. You just camp out right there and have, the powerful dog.
And they,
you know what I'm saying?
And they turned up the heat in the studio. You know how it's usually cold in here? What they say? It's 80-something degrees? What?
81.
81 degrees in the studio today.
Hey, now that's when I need to be there when it ain't cold. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Hey, but like I said, they saying that it's going to be heavy snow. And this is a warning for 15 states.
The flakes is huge. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they saying Kansas City, like, they supposed to get a foot or so. Like, so, I mean, we know HARP is real. They messing with the weather, fam. Like,
right. But
gotta be.
Well, when we was coming up, when we was coming up, there was mounds of snow all over the place in the wintertime.
It was, and I don't even want to remember that. Like, I don't want no more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we moving on. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta and Florida, they can have that.
Oh,
I don't want none of that. They can have that. I don't want none of that. They can keep that. And I could have swore they said the little groundhog didn't see his shadow, but of course that's trash too, because he must have cataract or something, because clearly spring ain't, nowhere close.
I think if he see the shadow.
They say he didn't, though.
I talk about, but what is the stipulation? Okay, so if he didn't see the shadow, spring was supposed to come around.
Right. Yes. And when he sees his shadow, we're supposed to have so many more weeks of winter. So they said he didn't see. But again, I mean, with all his food being tampered with, too. So he probably, hallucinating.
Oh, wow.
Or whatever. But anywho.
Well, I want to get your opinion. First of all, I want to get your opinion on the new superintendent selection recently. A lot of people are weighing in on this. Let me get your opinion.
I don't think it's gonna be no different. Again, this lady coming from Boston, from the little searches I done on DuckDuckGo, she failed to file her paperwork to even be running a district in Boston.
Toward the end of her
career. We already having issues.
Toward the end, I think
we
she
already
didn't
having issues.
refile her license. Yeah, I seen that.
Exactly. But again, that's something personal that you're supposed to do if you want to be in this. She was only the superintendent for Boston for 3 years, and she done left them out of the blue to come here, another failing system where they failing to do the paperwork. How are you a superintendent and you miss a deadline to get certified to keep running a district, and then you jump up to another to be a superintendent somewhere else with a paperwork messed up too? So I'm not looking for nothing big. Like, the only thing that's going to be great, because, I heard, people saying where the parents at. The parents didn't going, you know what I'm saying, to the meetings and on the school board and everywhere else. The parents was being policed.
The ones that was going up there.
Parents and they didn't call the police on trying to get up in the schools.
I had to go up there to see.
They called the police on the parents at the school board meeting.
We had to go up there to see what's happening there.
Out and did everything else. Like,
hey,
I mean, we damned if we do and we damned if we don't. But the reality is, again, this is a time where we're going to have to, if we want her to work, we're going to have to put her to work. And now that we know that she has some failures in her background, we need to be 10 toes down on her and the school board still, because I don't think, the way that they have it set up, Tory, is set up to fail. The failures that allowed the before failures are the same failures that chose this failure.
Right, and I seen that in the press conference.
How are you going to win when you got losers picking?
Hold on, wait a minute. How come I seen some of the people that was trying to get recalled in the press conference? Like, I already knew.
That part.
I say, how people disgruntled with a lot of these people, and they all talking about they're going to move forward?
Tory, how do you win when the people that claim they want you to win is choosing to lose? These are known losers. They picked the last superintendent. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're failing. That's like somebody telling me that they want to teach me how to do something. If you can't teach me how to be a robber if you done been to jail 5 times. Because clearly you're not good at robbing.
Maybe I could teach you what not to do.
You know what I'm saying? Period. So in reality, these are the individuals that failed our children prior to, and then they get to pick the person that's coming. They're going to pick another failure because that's what they're known for. So my hopes are not high at all because, again, like I said,
here we go.
Looking at the background, they pick somebody that's going to fail again and coming up in here and trying to secure the bag.
All right, well.
It's big money and failure in Milwaukee. If you're a failure, you get paid in Milwaukee.
Big dollars.
Big money.
I was saying that they were trying to throw Lil Ray in jail for the little $20 he didn't took. But hey, y'all doing the wrong thing. Y'all need to get an education and get up in one of these jobs where y'all can take money and nobody go to jail. Yeah, man.
Hey,
I didn't know that was the real way to rob folks.
Apparently, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's
and
where
nobody
the money
else say
is.
nothing.
That's where all the big time losers. Okay, because Ashanti Hamilton moved on, getting money, failing. If failure is in your DNA, you can get paid in the city of Milwaukee.
Wow.
Because it's all of these failing institutions got these so-called individuals that know what they doing, and they ain't nothing but scammers.
Man. And we're looking at the people that's trying to steal your Social Security number and your credit card, but when we ain't looking at the folks that's stealing the tax money.
Man, come on.
Wow.
Come on. The white-collar crime. The people that's wearing the suits. You understand what I'm saying? The tricks and politics. Like, they really tricking and treating on the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reality is, I don't see nothing changing if the people don't stand 10 toes down on it.
I looked up on the news and I saw the Democrats outside the Department of Education banging on the door like they really care about the kids.
Like they care. Come on, fam.
Look, to me, I don't think that they want to reveal where that money was going. Because they looking up.
It's the selective rage for me.
It's definitely selective outrage.
For me. Come on. Give me a break.
Folks nervous,
okay,
boy.
now, no. Half of them knowing that they paychecks finna quit because Trump, if you listening, send the feds here, okay? Bust Milwaukee down from the governor on down. Because ain't nothing but Ponzi schemes happening in the city of Milwaukee.
Especially on the north side.
The streets ain't being clean like they supposed to. We barely got salt trucks dropping salt. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people getting paid, but nothing is being done. And it makes absolutely no sense. We're paying street taxes, property taxes, housing taxes, food taxes, air taxes, gas taxes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're being taxed to the max, and we don't have nothing to show for it.
That sounds like a song. Tax on tax on tax.
That part.
Hey, DJ Brother Z, we may have to make that. But,
tax to the max.
Hey, the thing is, when, you know, and the only reason I'm happy that Doge is even going is because they're trying to look through some of the wasteful spending ideas. And when you start hearing what they've been wasting the money on, hey, you can't. It's like, oh wow, like they acted like they upset, but really, they buddies, they was funneling the money somehow with these nonprofits and the tax dollars. This is how this is the laundering scheme. Like they can get the nonprofit up. Then they'll act like, we gonna have this. We giving out these many dollars, and if you got a nonprofit, they already know what buddy they gonna send the money to. You know what I mean?
Well, they done already created the LLC with whatever group that they got, and they funnel the money through that. What's sad is the fact that, you know, that's just like with Hack'em and all the rest of them. You know, you taking money from somewhere else to pay the people that's working, and find out that the money that was there to pay the people, it went up in smoke like you Pookie at the crack house. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Hey, y'all see, look, they got us thinking that crime is on the street.
Come on.
But really, crime is in these executive seats. I mean, it's
the biggest thug.
Hey, look, they taking dollars.
The biggest
matter of fact, they able to take the money and be in your face and take pictures with you, and you up there clapping and cheering and giving them Black Excellence Awards and all that stuff like this. These people robbing the community and get the Black Excellence Awards. That's wild.
You get a plaque from the cricket mayor.
Look, let me tell you something. Hey,
you get a plaque from the cricket mayor.
Wait a minute. Look, like, I need to switch my thing up.
Talking about a criminal enterprise.
Man.
Come on.
These
sanctuary cities.
They eating scrimps. They out here eating scrimps and steaks and everything, and then nobody putting no pressure on them. And they taking the community.
All of the politicians, especially the ones here, fat like rats. And all of them got on the spandex pants because can't none of them, you know what I'm saying? Like they eating good. They eating good in the neighborhood.
Not the extra room in the waist.
You know what I'm saying? Like they got on the Miss Silly pants because they got fat.
The extra stretchy pants. Wow.
The stretchy pants, fam.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I got another question. We got to move on.
All of them.
All right, so we've been having this discussion because a lot of people they've tried to put out this narrative about the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. But when we come back from break, I want to talk about this because they said that they were trying to put out the narrative that it was one of the worst, but it was really one of the first. But I want to talk about that when we come back after break. Truth Nation, Elizabeth Brown, advocate and author. I want to get your last words. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
You cannot look me in the face and tell me that America is the greatest country in the world when you have people who cannot have access to quality health care.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
We need to change the structure of insurance companies to make them nonprofits so that there's not a profit motive for you to make up your mind as to whether or not you're going to help somebody.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am ASAP and Maya Angelou.
I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Bro, say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You bet I ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to 'em and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from 'em. They tell me Chubb the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Baka got a weird case, why I see around. Certified lover boy, certified. I'm on them tough.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown. Come to find out, they tried to put this narrative out there about the halftime show that it was. But now it's coming out, the numbers is coming out, and Kendrick is the most, it seems the most watched, the most streamed halftime show in history.
Even more than Michael Jackson, okay? Michael Jackson, Kendrick is first, and Michael Jackson is second. You understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot of Europeans that's truly upset, you know, saying that it was racist. This was the most racist show and this and that. But as, you know, we're going down the rabbit holes, I'm just asking, you know, when in 2005, when it was Paul McCartney and Elton John, which was the worst record for people tuning in history, the lowest turnout, but that was an all-white show. 2006, the Rolling Stones, all-white, low ratings. 2008, it was Tom Petty, all-white. Was that racist? 2009, Bruce Springsteen, but of course he brought the chorus out, and it was like, you know, a all-black chorus, whatever. But then 2010, it was an all-white performance too. Was that racist? The reality of what's happening with mainstream media and why we can't pay attention and salute to all the grassroots black media. Thank God for, you know, IG and TikTok, because the truth is being shown. That everything they told us was a damn lie. They're still trying to lie, but history is not repeating itself because we're tapped in, okay? The people that's truly tapped in, you're bothered, and you should be, because the days of your comfortability is over. It is a wrap. We're no longer falling for the banana in the tailpipe. People are tapped in. When he said turn the TV off, we've turned the TV off the mainstream media. You're no longer misleading. You understand? We're finding out the truth our way, and we're spreading it like we're supposed to, and everything they tell us is the opposite, just like the mainstream media told us that Kamala Harris had the lead the whole damn time, okay, that she was up in all the poll numbers and she lost in every damn race. They're liars. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Just like they tried to portray this Kendrick Lamar thing. No. It was the best ever. And if you didn't get it, that's because it's not for you. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be upset. Wasn't nothing about that racist. That was all facts. And not only did Kendrick Lamar put on for his people or to put America on what the truth is. Donald Trump was in the building the first time the president ever went to that game, and he got a full show for the halftime show. You understand what I'm saying? Because until you do right, until America do right, because the only people they owe is black folks, okay? While people running around talking about immigrants and, humpbacks and your LGBTQ. No, the only people that is owed is foundational black Americans that built this country that was supposed to get the 40 acres and a mule. You understand what I'm saying? And that was never taken care of. So we need to handle our business, and everybody is tripping because now black folks is zoomed in on what we need to do. And just like anything else, anytime there's a group of black folks, they want to tell you to break it up because we might be planning something, and we are. We're no longer going to stand on the sidelines and be taken advantage of. It's over for that. So, again, excellent performance. Salute to Kendrick Lamar. Salute to SZA. Salute to Serena. You understand what I'm saying? And the rest is history. It's Black History Month. Be mad all you want.
The numbers don't lie. The numbers is coming in. And I think a lot of people was mad because the Kansas City Chiefs didn't get off the bus. They just showed up. They just showed up with the equipment
I'm glad because I was sick of Taylor Swift and whatever his name was.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoever.
Well, I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual, and we got a lot of work to do, Elizabeth Brown.
Hey, as always, King, let's get it. One love.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Queen. All right, Tory Lowe from Waterfall. Green don't always mean go. Let's get it.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, join me tomorrow for another powerful conversation. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, we got to keep our head on the swivel. Look both ways before we cross the street, and green don't always mean go. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. In times it's how you stand up. LUP